That evening, when Sarah looked at me, her eyes held a mix of defiance and a strange serenity that unsettled me. I had asked her a simple question: why she was dressed up and where she was headed. She let out a long sigh, as if my curiosity was a nuisance, and snapped, "It's just dinner with my ex, Daniel. Stop being jealous." The word hit harder than she imagined. Jealous? That wasn't it. What I felt was betrayal, wrapped in the casual excuse of just dinner. 8 years of marriage were supposed to rest on trust, the kind we had promised each other in our vows. I thought of the life we had built together, the sacrifices I had made to keep it steady, the dreams we had shared. And now, she casually told me she would spend the evening with a man she once loved. I wanted to believe her, yet her dismissive tone, the absence of reassurance, and the way she brushed past me like I was nothing spoke louder than her words. That night dragged on endlessly. I sat in the living room, staring at the muted television, waiting. Every sound outside, the squeal of tires, the click of a car door, made my pulse spike. Around midnight, Sarah returned. Her perfume lingered longer than usual. Her lipstick was faintly smudged. She avoided my gaze, mumbling something about being tired. I said nothing, simply nodded. But inside, a storm was raging. Sleep was impossible. Her words echoed, "Stop being jealous." Jealousy wasn't the problem. It was respect. She had trampled on it, laughed at it, treated it as an obstacle to her freedom. That night, I knew something had to change. The next morning, Sarah woke late, rushing through her morning routine. She grabbed her handbag, pressed a mechanical kiss to my cheek, and hurried to the front door. But when she slid her key into the lock, it wouldn't budge. She tried again, confusion shifting into panic. I stood behind her, calm and steady. She glanced back, eyes wide. Why isn't this working? Did something happen? I crossed my arms, voice even but cold. Yes, Sarah. Something happened last night. She froze, the reality of my words sinking in. She twisted the key desperately, as if sheer force could undo what had been decided. Her hand shook, and she finally turned to me. "Ethan, what is this? What did you do?" I drew a slow breath. "I changed the locks. You walked out of this house yesterday as my wife, Sarah, but you came back as someone I can't recognize anymore. This isn't about dinner with your ex. It's about the trust you destroyed with those 4 careless words." Her eyes widened in disbelief. "You can't be serious. You're overreacting. It was just dinner, nothing else." The word overreacting burned inside me. I had spent the entire night analyzing every detail, every shift in her behavior, and now she had the audacity to dismiss my pain. "Sarah," I said quietly, "if you truly respected me, if you valued our marriage, you wouldn't have gone. Do you think any loyal spouse would casually meet an ex for dinner while the person they promised to love sat at home questioning if they were enough?" Silence stretched between us. Her lips trembled, but no words came. Finally, her gaze dropped and she whispered, "Ethan, I didn't mean to hurt you. I just wanted to feel something again, something exciting." Her confession cut deeper than any lie could. "So it wasn't about dinner," I said, voice low. "It was about chasing the thrill of something forbidden, leaving me with doubt and humiliation. You wanted excitement." I continued, "Then here it is. The excitement of not knowing where you stand. The thrill of realizing the man who carried this marriage is done being your safety net." Tears streamed down her face. She reached for my arm, but I stepped back. Her expression shifted from anger to desperation. "Please, Ethan, don't do this. I made a mistake, but it's not what you think. I still love you." I met her eyes, and all I saw was someone who had gambled with my trust and lost. Her words hung fragile, empty, like glass ready to shatter. "I still love you," she repeated, but it sounded more like a plea than truth. I shook my head, chest tight, mind clear. "Love doesn't look like this, Sarah. Love doesn't hide behind excuses or seek thrills in the past. Love protects. It doesn't gamble." She collapsed, clutching her handbag as if it could anchor her. I watched silently. The woman I had built a life with crumbling on my doorstep. The same doorstep where she once stood radiant in her wedding dress, vowing loyalty. The cruel irony was not lost on me. I turned away, walking toward the kitchen as her sobs filled the hallway. Part of me wanted to comfort her, to pull her in and erase the night before. But another, stronger part knew that forgiveness without consequence would only invite more betrayal. She needed to face the weight of her choices. "Where am I supposed to go?" she whispered through tears. I paused, my back to her. "Maybe to the same place you went last night. I'm sure Daniel will open his door for you." The bitterness in my tone was honest, if harsh. Her sob sharpened. "It's not like that. Please, Ethan, don't throw us away." I turned, meeting her eyes with all the calm I could muster. "I didn't throw us away, Sarah. You did. When you dismissed me as jealous, called me overreacting, chose someone else's company over the man who has stood by you all these years. That's when you made your choice. I'm just living with the consequences." The silence that followed felt definitive. She slowly rose, mascara-streaked face etched with regret. For the first time, she looked small, not because I made her so, but because her lies had stripped her of the dignity she once carried. As she walked away down the driveway, clutching her handbag like it was her last possession, I felt no triumph. I felt something sharper, something cleaner.